Bula Vinaka, and welcome once again to this episode. And It was interesting, a few of the last few episodes, and the reach out that people are doing to reach out into what we are talking about, becoming a better man. And in this episode, we would like to welcome once again my sister, Alice, Miss Alice
Thank you.
Calcalo. Our last episode, we were talking about virtual women, but in the respect of working women.
Yes.
So that sometimes we have working women who earns more, a higher status in society, in the workplace, and then when we come to the at home, sometimes the head doesn't change. And you were sharing what a working woman should do. Would you like to just remind our viewers out there?
Vinaka, Bula Vinaka, my brother, Mr. Talamo, and Bula Vinaka viewers. Yes, it's good to be back this afternoon and having a very, something that's very important to talk about. And yes, as I recall, we talked about how the working woman and how she's also a wife and a mother once she comes back home or when she's away from work, and how that's, I think, is a great challenge, because in this modern era and in the 21st century, most women who are wives are working women, and how that has changed a lot from when we were brought up and our mothers were full-time mothers at home. They were stay-at-home moms, and I know that being a stay-at-home mom sometimes is the highest, the calling, and also has the highest responsibilities. But at the same time, I've also felt, because I'm one of them as a working mother, it's a greater challenge, because when you come back home, you're still expected to cook dinner, see to the kids' homework, attend to their PTAs in school, and also, yes, look after your husband's affairs, like looking after his clothing, his meals, and even assist in his home and in managing the house.
Oh, there's a lot of work there.
There's quite a lot, yes.
Even just as a stay-at-home mom,
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that are being done. But now you are
Precisely.
working,
Yes.
and then you still come back.
Yes.
So there is a lot more that you will normally have to look at in those regards. But the biggest challenge there is when working
Yeah.
wives come back home, sometimes they do not understand how to take that head off
Yes.
and submit into what God calls the order in the family, and that is to have respect for the husband and the like. And we talked about that in the episode. Would
Yes.
just like to remind us again, and then we'll move on from there.
I agree, Mr. Wanga, that sometimes it's an issue that could also break relationships between spouses.
Yeah.
When there is, it's not overnight. It just happens like over one particular issue. It tends to grow, and then it builds up. Like after a series of weeks, or after a series of issues, and then it'll just take one small trigger, and then it comes up. Oh, you don't know your place. I'm still the man of the house, and the woman says, "But I'm the one who earns more. I should make the decisions." And we should, and then these women who come up with equal rights, there should be equality. As much as you have the hand in running the home, so should I. So, and I feel like whether it's in the secular world or even in a Christian home, I feel we're having the same scenario in a lot of homes.
And I believe, for me, I've got a working wife,
Yes.
and I believe she respects me to be the head of the family, and therefore I walk out of my way to help her to manage the home. So I bring in nannies, I bring in people to support her so that she can have her own time also.
Thank you. That's interesting, Mr. Wanga, because I went home and I was thinking a lot about what we talked about. And I said, the next time if I'm invited back, I would like to ask Mr. Wanga, maybe if you can throw some light
Right.
into how, sometimes just communication is not even working,
Correct.
Sometimes we can even sit and pray, but after a few days, we're coming back to this discussion of the same issues, like we're caught in a rut. So I was thinking maybe I can just ask Mr. Wanga, how does he deal with his home situation, because he has a working mother?
Well,
can I throw it back to you,
yes,
sir?
I love that, because
Yeah.
I would like to speak into husbands out there. For me, at one stage, I hardly held or did a bit of nanny work with all my 3 children, because every time our children were born, I have about 2 to 3 nannies. That is always there, relatives, some of them, but we actually paid the nannies to come and help her out. So yes, she's still the mother, but there are nannies out there to look after, and we have got good nannies for all our 3 children, because I do not want her to overwork herself where she is working and then come back and do all that our wife should be doing. Now she just comes. At home we now have 2 kitchens, the kitchen for the general and the kitchen just for us. Now we are getting old,
Wow.
or
Yeah.
in the later ages, so we need to eat more vegetables, more soup. So yes, when there is a good food at the back that is very conducive to our liking because of our age, yeah, we have it all. But otherwise, if there is curry there, sometimes no, I just prefer my soup. So yes, just my wife only looks after me and my small one. Because when the young children needs that, she looks after it. But so at one given time, I was counting, there was 36 people at my home, 3
Wow.
flats. But that's not for her to look and feed all of them. There are nannies out there. So my advice to husbands that are working with a working wife, please do bring in your nannies. Do pay, because part of your pay and her pay is to pay somebody else, so that you reduce her load. And I feel that's where there some arguments comes in, because she's tired. Right? And I can't do the work that she does. I can do a bit of washing, a bit of dishwashing, and that's all.
Yeah.
A little bit of cooking at times, but they all hate my cooking. So I just want to stay out of that. Why not support her, support that wife, support that spouse, so that you bring in nannies. And I've changed my nannies over time, because they're not helping her. So making sure that the nannies come to know that when she comes back, the house is clean, the clothes are washed and dried and folded, and the children are fed when they come back to school. So this is something that she would have done if she was at home, but now she's working. We now demand that from our nannies.
Thank you, Mr. Talma. I love that. Very good point to note. A very important word that you stressed was support.
Correct.
How about emotional support? So if I'm a working mom, I come back stressed, and come home, and then there's like this, we're having, sometimes there's a silence, and sometimes there's overheated conversations, and then sometimes it's very hard after all that for a husband to provide emotional support, because I believe the woman, it's all to do with emotions.
Correct. Always.
So I feel like we coming to that question, how the working woman, I feel like if we provided the right emotional support, we will melt.
Yes.
Even though we are earning like 3 times more than the man, or we're like the CEO in a company, the manager, but when we come home and we have the emotional support and love and everything that goes with it, we'll just know our place in the home. Can you please talk about how, maybe share with the man listening out there some emotional support, because I feel like some men need just a few pointers of how they can spoil their women.
Exactly. First of all, thank you for that. I really want to just highlight to working men out there who have working wives. I'll just use our analogy. I buy things that she needs. At times, we have joint account and we have separate savings account. But when I'm away overseas, there is only one thing in my mind. What else can I buy for her that she will be happy about?
I love that.
And every time I come back, she's expecting that I'll buy her a new handbag. Or at times, the last trip I had, I bought her like more than 6 handbags. She chooses from there. She gives it to her friends and relatives and so. And the same with her shoes, the same with her spray. I buy all her perfumes from overseas. She will send me, can you buy this and that? And to me, that's where I support, not only on the things, but also for her to realize her needs is my worry. When she wants to have a haircut, I said, that account. So I leave her with 1 or 2 bank account or my bank cards when I leave. Because anything she needs, buy from there. Making sure family needs, buy from there. So for us, the emotional support we have to do is making sure that our wives, our spouses are looked after the best that there is. And number 2, we need to support them. Even though she's a working wife, I give her my card. We've got a joint card account that she has a spare card that she doesn't touch until she confirms to me, I need this for this. What do you think? Touch from there. Touch from that HFC account or ANZ account or BSP account. She knows that all my accounts are for different purposes. And she loves it. She knows that there's always funds out there for her. So the first support is her needs. Haircut, and new dresses. I'll buy new dresses for her. Or she finds her a new dress and says, I would like to buy this. Yeah, use that card. Right? And then the second part is she should not be out of pocket change. She should know that we are always there. But the last one is she has to realize that she's the number one. I keep telling her, I go around the world.
That's right.
And I have probably situations in which I could have been the challenge our marriage.
Yeah.
But I don't go to those situations. I make sure that she knows I will be full of integrity and character and trust. The word that I would like to use here is trust. She has to trust me that I'm making better decisions for our marriage. And therefore, I can also trust her. She sometimes messages, oh, our school is going on that excursion. What do you think? No. When I say a no, because the Spirit of the Lord has told me a no, it's a no. So she'll make up an excuse and sends. She still pay her ticket or whatever they have to, but it's a no. So we need to make sure that that is robust in our discussion. Right? So yes, I for one, I feel like the spiritual side. So when I'm here in the country, we have our devotions together, we pray together and making sure that we are talking. And that is where we are supposed to be, communicating. So she knows she is, the safety, her safety and our children is my responsibility.
Beautiful. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Talamo. I'm thinking, thinking deeply, and I love the way that you spoil your wife, and you said some very important things like trust, and that's very important to note, because women, we always feel vulnerable. Never mind how high we go up the ranks, how high we climb up the ladder. Never mind how much money we bring home. There's always this vulnerability.
Correct.
And that's where the man takes care of that in terms of, you said, safety.
Yes.
And I feel like when you use the word trust, it comes with the word security.
Exactly.
Every woman wants to feel secure.
Yes.
And I feel like that's where the gap is, where you said, like, when you asked me last week, the last time we met, what if the woman is earning more? How does that work? But I'm feeling that with the vulnerability, never mind how strong and confident the women are outside, when you come back home, when the man fills in their role of the masculinity part of it, providing safety and security, never mind if you're the stay-home dad, or you bring in less than your wife, the woman will know her place in your home.
Well, may I add something else there? For me, the big word for trust is, and the opposite of that is, what's the English word? To flirt.
Yeah.
Men, you need to get out of flirtation situations.
Very true.
Being alone with other women in the workplace.
And the phone.
And the messages there, you need to delete that.
Yeah.
Many of the challenges that brings about mistrust is because you are flirting. And we need to stop that. Men should stop that. Women should stop that. There is only one ideal relationship, and that you have chosen a spouse, and you should wrestle there. I feel like that flirtation of people who flirt are buying into a seed that is a wrong seed that will bring about mistrust and eventually challenge in the marriage and the
I
relationship.
agree with you.
Yeah?
Yes.
So we need to really, men, I don't have only my close friends, and my close friends are also in line. So when a woman reaches out to me on a counseling,
Yeah.
I make it so that my wife is a part of that discussion.
Beautiful.
Right? Because I do not want to counsel her alone. I need to know. And my wife knows that. I always do that. So she knows that she can trust me on messages. And when an incoming message comes, I need help and this and that, I cannot help you unless my wife is in the discussion.
Absolutely.
And I believe this is where not only spiritual men or Christian men, all men, you
Yes.
need to make sure you do not have those ones. I was a vice principal, and when I'm counseling a female teacher, it's out in the staff room, not in my office.
Visibility.
Visibility,
Yeah.
so that I'm accountable to myself more, and then to God and to others, so that people are coming around. Yeah, we are counseling. They can see us counseling. They do not disturb
Great.
us, but it's a counseling process in the open space. Otherwise, there has to be another female in there. I believe that part of this segment is for us to realize that you are not a Superman in this relationship. You need to have boundaries. You need to have control, and you have to make sure that you are always safe. Safety for the women,
Yeah.
but safety also for the men.
Yes, I agree.
Especially
The tables can turn around.
exactly,
Yeah.
especially if I may use when there is a task for a Jezebel to come into the picture, and we will talk about the Jezebelic spirit that is out there in another episode, not this one, because their main target is to come against a help spirit. And a help spirit is a weak spirit, cannot look after their responsibility and stand the ground.
Right.
And to me, some women are brought in by the evil one just to challenge your marriage. And we need to realize that. And any open door that you open is going to be challenging.
Yes.
Any final words for this episode? I believe we have really come around into making sure that we're helping our marriage couples out there. So this is where I believe our discussion is get towards.
So yes, I maybe just want to, in finality, talk about how the relationship is a two-way street.
Yep.
It's giving and taking. So it means communication, and not only communication but action. Okay, and we talked about a few things how we can go about that, and and if you feel like it's not working between the two of you with communication, always reach out for counseling. That's very, very important.
Beautiful. Thank you very much for that advice.
Welcome.
As we talked about, trust is a big thing for us, for married couples. That has to be trust. But number two is just for us, the humility for us to reach out and grab and get some help out
Yes.
there. But when you are the person being reached out at, make sure you are safe. Bring your wife along or your spouse along to be in the discussion. I always tell my wife, if there is a reach out from a male colleague, stop there. Send them to another male colleague. Otherwise, send them to me. It's better for me to talk through
Yes.
that. We need to be safe in this one. In our first episode, we talk about the thief does not only come to steal, kill, but destroy. There's a lot of marriages being destroyed because we lack wisdom in there.
Agree.
Thank you very much, Alice. So thank you very much for those out there. We do hope our episode will help you in your marriage, will help you in a relationship, and more so for us men out there, this is becoming a better man and making sure that we were born a boy and not remain a male, but become a man. A man is a person of responsibility. Honor God, honor your spouse, honor your children by being responsible to being a safe person and a security to them. Until the next episode, Shalom.
Welcome.